Here's starting a tour of the backyard. Here's a jackfruit tree. Here's another jackfruit tree. Here's another jackfruit tree. So you can tell I like jackfruit. Here's a mango tree. Here's another mango tree. Here's a mamey sapote in a container. Right in back of him is another jackfruit tree. And that's a china, which is another jackfruit tree. There's a macadamia, and I'm using the understory of two understories here. Pitaya, the dragon fruit. You can see the flower of it right in there. Zoom in a little bit. All right, that's the flower, beautiful flower. And then in the tree itself, up in the tree, is a vanilla orchid. So there's two examples of understory growth. Here's a cacao tree, and I do have some cacao pods on here and some flowers. There are the flowers, zoom in, and here are the actual pods themselves, those big yellow things right there. Then as we move on, I'll go down this way. There's another mango, a mango here, hard to see, they're so close together. Moving along here, there's a papaya up in here. Here's a big passion fruit vine, actually there's two there. There's another jackfruit. Here's a jujube in a container. There's a sugar apple. This is a papaya kind of experimented with. It was getting a little too tall, so I cut it down to see that it would branch and still fruit. So far, work in progress. Here's another mango, and you can see I have a bunch of dragon fruit pitaya in here growing as a understory. Over here is a mamey sapote. It's a nice ground cover over here called cherryman, Monstero delicioso. And there's another mango right there. There's another jackfruit right in here. Sorry, I'm going quick. I don't want the video to be too long. Over here is the fruit of the cherryman, and again, that is a delicious fruit. It is a combination of banana, pineapple, and mango. There's a peach tree that I have some pitaya growing in. Here's an abiu. It's a nice Brazilian fruit. There's a couple of plants in containers I have. I have a loquat, and I have a jaboticaba, a black jaboticaba, and I have some wild papayas growing over here. They just dropped from seed, so I just let them go. And over here I have some papaya that I've planted. Moving around to the back here, I'm in the back of the yard by the canal. I have a nice lychee right here. It's a nice lychee. As you can see, I really opened it up. Lets a lot of sun in, so I'm hoping to get some nice fruit off of it. They do not fruit that often. They need a cold winter. This is not a fruit tree. It is a bottle brush tree, but I just kind of showing you this because I got the pitaya growing up in it. Here's another cacao I have. Here's a mango. Surprise, surprise. Here's another jackfruit. Here's a coconut. Produces nice coconuts, nice coconut water. So people appreciate that. There's some of my banana plantation. I have quite a few bananas. Here's another mango, which again I have some pitaya growing down there at the base. Here's a white sapote. There's my banana crop. I'll show you. I do have a stalk of bananas on there now. Here's another mango, and yet another mango. Get it up here. Here's a nice mamey sapote. All right, I'm hoping to get some fruit off of him. That's a great fruit. This is another jackfruit. I've actually harvested 3 jackfruits off of him this year. It was great. Here's a soursop. This is a Vietnamese soursop right over here. And back of him is yet another mango. And as we come along here, here's another mango. Second peach. I have 2 peach trees. Before I really got into the tropical fruits, I had peach trees. Again, I have it with pitayas, with the dragon fruit, and you can see there's a flower right there. There's another mango. Moving in toward the back, there's a fig. Like I said, I like to use those for understory plants. Here's one of my 2 big avocados, and these really got too big. As you can see, they block a lot of light. I'm trying to thin them out, and they're too tall, but they are at the end of the yard. There's some more bananas that I planted. Let's see, trying to get an, there you go. There's those bananas up there. I'm trying to zoom in on them. There you go. You can see there's a big stalk of bananas. But the problem with the bananas is that if they're so high up there, you know, it is hard to get at them, and you don't want to risk your life to get a stalk of bananas. So moving on down through the yard, here's another mango. Then here's a green sapote, which is a nice fruit. I'd like to try that. It's supposed to taste like the mame sapote, but even a little bit better. Here's my nice big soursop. I've gotten a lot of soursops and a lot of compliments from the fruit off of this tree. I actually have some in the tree here. I'm going to try to zoom in, and I hope it picks it up. Really can't see too well. Yep, there we go. So those are a great exotic fruit. If you never tried that fruit, I do recommend it. Here's a white sapote again. Here's another mango. You can see I had a nice growth flush here with all the rain we've had lately. And here's a canistel, egg fruit. So this is a nice acquired taste fruit, but it's still a good fruit nonetheless. I like it. In back of him is another avocado. You can see I've working on thinning him out. He's really big. I let him get too big as well, but I've cleared out the center quite a bit. And yet another mango over here. And then another fig, a nice fig. Again, I like those as understory plants. You know, just to plant in between trees. Here's a black sapote. All right, and I'm going to end it here.